Hello guys, and welcome to another one of my high-speed farming videos playing Monster Super League. This video here is 1.5 hours of farming, no, 3 hours of farming during an event where I got 1.5 times experience and cash during the Shiny Hero Festival event period. If you're wondering, where's the cam? Well, right now there is no cam. Yeah, and that is because I have gotten a new system set up, which means that I was using my laptop for recording previously, and that has a built-in laptop. No, it doesn't have a built-in laptop, it has a built-in webcam, and now I am on my stationary setup, so that is why the webcam is missing. The period that I'm recording here is, like I mentioned before, during the Hero Festival, the Shiny Hero Festival period, and this is one of many grinding sessions I had during the 3 days, or was it only 2 days, that we were able to get an additional 5-star Astromon during this crazy farming grindy period. And I really wanted to get the double up on a 5-star drop. I don't have that many 5 stars at this point. I deal around 500,000 to 600,000 damage in the 3 Titan battles that I can participate in 2 times per day, and I really want to move further like ahead. So I was really hoping to be able to rake in a huge amount of 5 stars during this period, and that was perhaps a bit too ambitious, but my unboxing videos are uploaded as separate things. I don't want to be ruining any surprises for those of you that are just checking out my grinding statistical videos. And as I say grinding statistical videos, you may be wondering, what is that? What am I actually looking at here? Well, first and foremost, this is, as I mentioned before, 3 hours of farming cooked down to about 15 minutes, and it is like what I achieved in this period. I also, as you can see here, did a bit of a power up on my Miho, my Ran, as it is now, acquiring a passive skill for getting a 5-star boost. This means that I need to level her up once again from level 1 this time to level 50, and these 1.5 experience periods are really good for boosting your Astromons up experience wise, because it takes beep loads of time. 1 to 40 is like pretty easy. I feel 1 to 50 starts getting a bit more tedious, but once you hit the 1 to 60, the 6-star, it is just crazy. So it's nice to be able to save 50% of just some of that time. I'm including these videos because I want to give something back to the Monster Super League community in terms of farming statistics, and that is what this video is about. I'm playing all of my story mode games in Pagos Coast on extreme or normal. I'm playing on extreme when I am grinding for experience, as I am now trying to get my Miho, well, my Ran is what she is now, higher leveled, and just hoping that the increased coin drop and the gems are gonna even out the cost to run these levels, because it is pretty costly in terms of energy compared to how I really like it. But as I do this, at some point I run out of goodies, and then I swap to the normal mode to convert my existing cash to gems, as I've shown you guys the process in my how to farm Astro Gems videos, but you can find loads of guides on that, like other videos and wikis and stuff like that. It's nothing extraordinary, but all of that stuff is included in these videos here. And then as I come to the end, when I have shown the entire farming process, I'm going to be providing statistical data about how many variants did I see in the amount of battles I've played, how many rares, how many exotics, how many legendaries if I see any. All that stuff is going to be included, so that in time, as I get to publish more of these videos, as I get to record more in-game battles, hopefully I can provide some data that those of you out there that are really hyped about Monster Super League, as I am, have a better idea about how many games you need to play in order to obtain a given Astromon in the game by farming it. One thing is what you have drop rate wise when you do the unboxings. That is a completely different thing, but if you want to farm something that is area specific, that could be Monas, which it is in terms of Pagos Coast. You get Mona as the rare, most frequently appearing special Astromon. It could be Miho, the super rare, or it could be the Anu, the legendary, the natural 4-star. If you want to know what, like, do I need to go 500 levels in 500 battles in order to catch one of these on average, then that is hopefully the type of data I can share with these videos. The numbers are fluctuating like crazy these days, and the reason for that is that I'm building up this data, and if I have a very lucky gaming streak, then of course I'm going to be pushing the statistics in one way or the other. So as you can see here, right now I've been doing so and so many runs and I see a super rare, but that doesn't mean that you're gonna get one in the same amount of runs if you're gonna be playing it. But as we move closer to, I do believe I have around 1,000 games on cam that I'm gonna be sharing over the course of the next few days. As this number increases, we're gonna see more stability on the frequency of the drops. So hopefully we're gonna be able to see that on average based on 1,000 games or 2,000 games or even 10,000 games. At some point you get to see a Miho every, just shooting from my hips here, 250 rounds battles. Then you could see 2 in a row. Of course you could go 1,000 times, 1,000 battles without seeing one. That's just either really lucky or really bad luck. But what I'm aiming to be able to provide, to share, is like the base data. What is the average amount of battles you need to do in order to obtain a given Astromon? And why is this important? Why do I feel it is important? I'm massively geeky in terms of game mechanics. I'm really hyped about it. I love understanding how games work, and I like knowing what the value of a given thing in a game really is for me. So how, like, if I see a Miho and I catch her, should I feel really lucky? Or if I unbox an egg and I see a Miho, how much time did I just win, so to say, by getting this 3-star? I have no idea. It also makes sense in terms of when you see an egg in the shady shop that you can buy for 120,000 coins. When you get one of those, you are guaranteed to get an Astromon that has between 3 and 5 stars. So how much time are you actually buying? How much energy are you actually buying when you do that? If a 3-star translates into, let's say, 20 rounds, 20 battles, and you need to spend between 3 and 5 energy to do that, then you know, okay, paying 120,000 for this is the same as farming this amount of energy based on where you are in the game. And you can look at this in like a gazillion different ways if you are just like half as geeky about this as I am. So for me, information like this is really important in terms of understanding and becoming better at playing the game, especially when you look at things like the fusion events. Right now in the game we can, with a lot of effort, fuse ourselves to a light Shiva, but doing so requires that you have an evolution 3 Stormbeak Fire and an evolution 3 Anubis, I think it is. So you need 16 of each legendary in order to get that. So what is the drop rate of that? Some of this stuff you can acquire like through other fusions and stuff like that in the game, but in order to get just a little idea about the amount of time you need to put into the game in order to complete these different events and stuff like that, it is for me crucial to have just some idea about what are we looking at time-wise. Like a really good example is if you looked at the most recent event in Monster Super League, the Barn and Truffle events. A lot of players were really excited about it because we were getting relatively frequent 3-star Astromons that were just, I don't know, my screen went black there, so I hope the recording is going on. Anyway, we got quite a few 3-star Astromons, but the thing is, we needed an Evolution 3 Astromon of 2 different types in order to get an Evolution 1 Astromon for another type, which means that like the concept of getting the final Evolution 3, that was like the aim for the entire event, was like getting 32 times 16 3-star Astromons, and you had like 2 months or something to do it. It is completely unachievable for most players, even though they had, like, they gave you 1 free and stuff like that. It was like, I think that a lot of players would have been really happy if they were able to like get information, like if you want to do this by playing, if you want to be able to catch enough Astromons to get one of the good ones or the best one that you can achieve with this event, then you need to put in on average 90,000 hours. Just, I haven't calculated that number, just for instance, or like 200 hours, or even if it's just 50 hours, so that you know, okay, if I want to give it my best in terms of this event, if I really want to try to achieve this amazing thing, to get this really cool thing, then I need to prepare my life for investing this amount of time in the game, or I need to spend this amount of money because I don't want to spend this amount of time in the game. So yeah, a lot of me talking about that is pretty much what I can do in terms of these high-speed videos. Just explain little bits and bytes about why I'm doing it and what I hope to be able to achieve with them, or help with in terms of the videos, because I can't really properly comment on the game that is going on in about 32 times high speed when I'm pausing the high speed when I'm catching something, and decreasing the high speed when I'm evolving and claiming gems, to give people just a chance of seeing like the entire process of what did you achieve by doing this. Okay, so you caught this, did you get Astromon gems for it, or stuff like that. But like in the grand scope of things, it's pretty hard to make a video such as this and do meaningful comment on the actual gameplay, because first and foremost, it is past tense for me. I have played it and I have been doing loads of video editing on it to speed it up and try to cramp it down into something that I feel makes a bit sense to share in terms of the length of the video. But yeah, besides that, it's but yeah, that's yeah, I talk a lot, and that is what I can do in this video. I could also just provide the core data, but I personally dislike when I just get some piece of statistics put into my head and I need to just accept it. And what I hope to like, if I was the one that was about to be getting something such as spawn data, I would like to be able to track down the videos that led up to those calculations and see for myself that, yeah, this data is real, not just some player has this average idea about the spawn rate, but perhaps they don't even really understand math at a decent level. So anyway, this here is, like I said, 3 hours of farming coming to an end, finalizing here in me converting Astromons into Astrogems, evolving these things, just doing the final batch of farming here, and obtaining a decent amount of Astrogems in the process. So what I personally achieved with this video, besides the enjoyment of recording it, working with it, and sharing it with those that are interested in it, was, of course, I got to ascend my Ran into a 5-star Astromon, which was really cool. Managed to give her some experience points, and I raked in additional Astrogems that were like so needed in terms of unboxings for the Golden Hero Festival, where like crazy, like everybody wanted to get that extra 5-star Astromon, and we had the unique limited event period 5-star Astromon Balrona that hopefully is going to be appearing in other events as well, because she looked really, really, really amazing, and it would be a little bit weird if the players that got her were unable to evolve her like ever again. Then she's just never going to be more than an Evo 2 Nat 5 for most players, because you need to obtain 4 of the same natural 5 or any other Astromon in order to even evolve it to its final tier by using gleams. So I guess for most players that is a pretty hard to achieve goal. But anyway, this here is like the final evolving part of the video, and as that goes on in the background there, I'm gonna be showing you guys in just a bit of a second. I'm just gonna be including like the final stuff here, so we have all the goodies included for like the amount of Astro Gems and the coin fluctuations and all that stuff. If you are geeky like me and interested in that stuff, then it is of course included. So claiming more here and moving close to the Evolve 30 Astromons to Evolution 3 thing, that is really also a good one. So I'm also of course releasing some of the Evo 3 things that I include in the process, and I've been reading on websites that you can get really crazy eggs and stuff like that. I think I have gotten like 2 food and 5,000 each time I've done it, but yeah, that could be interesting statistics for another video. Here you can see 5,000, so never really something truly amazing. But if we're going to be looking at the summary for this recording here, I did 77 battles and I found 14 exotics, 1 variant worth 10 Astro Gems and 1 super rare, and that was of course Miho. If we add that to the grand statistics of what I've been recording and sharing so far, then it is 665 games in total. I've been catching or seeing 5 variants worth 10 Astro Gems, 4 worth 5 Astro Gems, 1 legendary, 3 super rare, 34 exotics and 9 rares, and the spawn radius are shown to the right. So based on what I've played so far, the chance of seeing a Miho, a super rare, is 1 in 222 games. The chance to see a rare is 1 in 74 games. But like I said before, this statistical data is going to be fluctuating like crazy until we have a lot more games recorded and shared. So guys, for those of you that wanted to dig in on this video, I want to say thank you very much for watching. It was as always a pleasure for me to be able to share this kind of like geeky stuff with you guys. So thank you very much for watching.